Hello, Tracy here, and I am going to give you a tour of my new craft area. And it's in my garage, which has been turned into a partial room for my kids. We put up a wall in the garage, and now it is an area for my kids to hang out. There's a TV. My son has a desk there where he does schoolwork and video games and whatnot. And then, but I stole this wall. So I will take you through one thing at a time here and show you, because I have a bunch of newer things that I've done to organize, including this metal cabinet that I got at a flea market. It's perfect for all my stuff. And then I just took my labeler and labeled each drawer. At first I cut out squares of different scrapbook papers, cardstock, and then I use my label maker. So I have like hot glue sticks. I need to get down here. Sorry for the wobbliness. And my glue gun. And then this is glue. So this usually, oh, wrong one. This is glue. So this is where I put my tiny attacher, because I use it a ton. So then it's right by my desk, which is right here, like I showed you. And then this is all my extra glues. So, and then various funky glues that I don't use very often. So that's that. And then this is usually where my ATG is, but actually I was just using it in my office in the house. So, and then the refills for the ATG. And then I have a glue dots drawer. And more glue dots. That's extra again. And then here's where I keep my punches. So I have these bigger ones. I don't use a lot of punches, so this works for me. Hope this noise is not annoying. And then here's all my edge punches. Again, I don't have very many. I don't use them often. Sorry, that one doesn't sound good coming out. And then here's shapes. And then that's actually a corner rounder. Another corner rounder. And then, you know, various small shaped ones. And then more shapes. These are a little bit bigger. So that works for me because I don't use them often. Then I have like, this is like art supplies. So here's watercolor paints and my twinkling H2Os, crayons and ink tints. So this is like different types of watercolors. Then Dr. Martin's ink, which I haven't used them a ton, but I'm getting into them and I like them a lot. And then this I haven't even used yet. This is like a calligraphy pen. So I'm going to start probably doing a little bit of journaling or titling or whatever with that. Here's sponge brushes. So, and then here's where we get into twine. So this came from the dollar store, the container, and I just put the twines in there, and then there's just, you know, various ones that I have. And then here's my washi tape, which I'm loving having it like this in this drawer. This is perfect. It's arm's reach for my desk, and I love it. And then I have another one with small washi. This drawer's not a good one. So then, what is this? Oh, rhinestones and sequins. And these are magnetic on the back. So they stay put. Really like that. And then this is where I had my badges, but I'll show you I moved them. And then here's a couple empty drawers, a couple empties down there. Here's where I keep my art cards when I'm done for now. This, oh, here's just, I'm calling this mixed media texture. These are these little flakes. And that flower soft. This is where I keep my Dymo. Sorry, whoo, going all over the place. This is just miscellaneous tools like tweezers and stuff like that. Here's my date stamps. Love having all those right there. This is letters and background stamps for now. I don't have a lot of stamps, so it's okay for me. But I could see that becoming a problem. I actually am going to be moving these because I'm keeping my stamps somewhere else now. But in fact, I'll put them there before I get to that. But this is backgrounds and letters. So these are block stamps, the ones that are on the wood. Here's my blocks for putting my clear stamps on. And then here's my ink sponges that I showed you guys that I started doing. Still haven't labeled a lot of them. I haven't been scrapbooking a lot lately. I've been busy. So, but there's those daubers that I made. And last is my embossing powder and my little tray. So that's what I have all on this metal cabinet. By the way, I did forget to mention that the metal cabinet here I got for $200. And you can see it stores a ton. I see them all the time at flea markets, that is. Different sizes and shapes. This is the only one I've seen this big, but I know I've seen them like in magazines and stuff. Anyway, flea market, it's a great place to look for ways to store stuff. Speaking of, this little basket, I don't know if I've ever showed this on YouTube before. I got this for 25 cents at a flea market, and then I just put cups in here, and on the ones that I wrapped ribbon, somehow I punched holes. I think I just used a good old office hole punch for that. In fact, I'm sure of it. And then I glued ribbon on some of the other ones. And this is where I keep all of my main tools that I use all the time. And then these are my scrap paper bins. And then going up this is a cabinet from Ikea. And it actually has doors, which you'll see in a minute here that they're still in the box because I'm not sure whether I want to put them up. Because I don't like the way it looks without them. But I'm not really concerned about looks, which you could see as you're looking at my scrap area. It's not meant to be pretty. It has to be efficient because I don't have a lot of space. So, and the reason why I have empty spaces here and kind of there is because I've been reorganizing again, and I need to work on this cabinet, and I have some ideas, I just haven't gotten to it yet. But so, for example, this right here, this basket, that has my flowers, and I am thinking of another way of putting those. I just haven't actually done that yet. This has a ton of ephemera in it that I've gathered over the years, so it's kind of just keeping it in that one little area. And then this is like journal cards and stuff that I'll probably never use. I should get rid of it. And then up there is like bubble wrap and my extra already pre-cut manila folders to go into my binder when I get more stickers. And cardboard for also, you know, that's mixed media. I use the bubble wrap and the cardboard for mixed media kind of stuff. So that's that. This is one of the reasons why I don't know if I want to put the doors. This is where I put my camera when I work and then do process videos for here on YouTube. And if I put doors, I won't be able to have that there, and I don't know what I'll do. So my husband and I are kind of trying to figure that out. And then here's one light that I have, and then there's the other one. And I did an entire video on these lights. If you were to ask me I'm going to say top 5. For sure top 10, I mean without a doubt. But I think even top 5 I would say. Most important scrapbooking tools, I would put my lights there because they have changed my world. It's amazing what a difference it makes to have good lighting. So if you want to know about those lights, go into my videos, and I posted a video about them probably Well, it's been more than a year, I would say. Not sure exactly how long ago that was. If I remember, I'll put a link in this video. We'll see if I remember. It's a test. Anyway, okay, so moving on. There's my paintbrushes, which I have to have nearby because I use them constantly. And same with baby wipes. I use those all the time. I love to use them to wipe my counter down if I've made a mess. Then I have my badges here, which is a new way that I'm organizing these too, which is why they're not in the drawer over there marked badges. This little goodie I got from Joanne. It's one of those art bins. I don't remember how much this was. I don't think it was as much as $20, but it could have been. But you can always use a coupon. But it's actually meant to store dies because it's magnetic. Each one of these sheets in here is magnetic. So I thought, oh, I'll use it for my badges. But they actually, most of my badges have the plastic on them, on the back. I don't know if you can see that. So they don't magnetize. There's not enough of the metal to make them truly stick magnetically. So this actually, this portion, these do magnetize. Oh, sorry. But not very well. But I am leaving them there for now. So here's my Sizzix. I have very few of these. So these obviously stick very well because they're metal. And I think this caddy, it came with 3 of these magnetic sheets, and then I got an extra set of 3. So, I am planning on keeping these Sizzix here because, again, I don't have very many. If my collection was to grow, then I would change that. But I'm loving the badges right here. So what I did was I used my pop-up dots from the dollar store, which are like, I mean, super cheap. And then I can just pull them off. And actually, what happens is I'm able to pull them off of here, and then, here, I'll show you. Of course, it's hard to do one-handed, but is it going to work? Yep. I pulled it off of here, and that stayed. And then I can just re-stick a new one. So I'm liking that. I thought maybe that the glue, you know, having it stick might be a pain, but I love it because I can see them all. I used to keep them in one of these little guys from Ikea, and I couldn't see them. So I'm really liking this. So that's a new storage thing that I have since the last time I did a tour. And then right here, this is where I sit. And this is the charging cord for my camera. And then I have all my inks right at my fingertips, which I just love having that. But I really wanted something that I could hang a hook from, which those hooks are from Ikea. And then I just am able to just take this off and I can look at my ink. And then I have this for my ink pads. Same thing. So it says what it is on the back, sample on the front, and that's working out. And then on the hook, working out great. So that's that. Okay, so then I have my sewing machine. Oh, first let me show you my heat gun, which I have plugged in below, and again on a hook. So I just pull that off from here and work with it. Love that. This is here because it does not fit in one of my drawers and I don't know where to put it yet. So I'm working on that. That's just the Dymo label maker, the old-fashioned kind. And then I have my sewing machine. And then this is like Sharpies and some colored pencils that I have out here. I like to have that kind of stuff for my daughter too. Scissors. Then I have my mats here, and then I've got my Caterpillar, which I love having that. Originally I had put it up on a shelf to pull down when I'm scrapbooking, but I just keep it here now because I love it. It's right available when I need it. So then let's go back over here. So that was my badges. And then I have my embellishment caddy thing that my husband made that used to be in the cabinet, and we just brought it over here. Loving that. And it holds all my wood veneers and metal kind of stuff and miscellaneous. And then miscellaneous again, and then bows. Kind of, so when I say miscellaneous, I mean stuff that to me in my mind kind of goes with bows. And then same with cabochons. And then the one up here I've made letters. That'll be changing soon, which I'll show you why in a minute. And then this is all badges, or excuse me, brads. And then this is a little container that I have all vintage buttons in. And it's just cute. I love this. I got it at a antique store somewhere along the way. And then up there I have, these are a bunch of ribbons in different colors. And I just keep them in those. And then I have my buttons and all my paper clips. That is a thing of my daughter's. That is just extra stuff that I'm not using to store anything right now, but I don't want to get rid of it. It's like containers and stuff. That's some drywall tape and some painter's tape that every now and then I use. And then that's a little sewing paraphernalia box. Different sewing things. And then that also is too. Like tools for my machine, and that's the oil. And then this is my painter's tray. That's just a little container from a thrift store or a flea market, and that has flowers my kids have made over the years out of paper and stuff. So I just keep it because I like it, back from when they were little. And then that's my crocodile hole puncher thing. Love that. And then here is where I have a whole bunch of mixed media stuff. Martha Stewart paints. This is paint extender. I have modeling pastes, texture paste. This is my whatchamacallit, gesso. And this is my matte gel. I haven't used this yet. This is irresistible stuff, that like thick paint that you can draw with, kind of. Here's some gloss glaze. Oh yeah, and then my flexible modeling paste. And then Mod Podge is back there. So that's just all my like textures. And then here I have a bunch of different metal things. A lot of it's, you know, vintage stuff. Some of it's not. And I just have it in various containers. It's not really organized so much, but there's some metal flowers. I've painted some of them. And they're like leftover from crafts and stuff. Not for scrapbooking necessarily, but here's a bunch of metal. Little doodads, flowers and stuff that I can paint. And what is that? Oh, there's some glitter. That's, and more metal stuff. There's a whole bunch more metal stuff. I should give away some of this and give away. I'm never going to use it all. And some cotton balls just in case. So there's that. There's my little calendar that I always forget to flip. I think that's kind of cool. I don't know what I'm going to use it on, but I got that at a flea market. Okay, so then going down, here's a little basket. It's got just like spools and some various rolls of this, whatever you call this stuff. What is this called again? Organza. I was going to say that. And then here I quickly paused and went and ran and got this, because this is how I want to keep my fabric flowers in this. This was this metal, whoops, container, again, flea market. It's supposed to be like to hold eggs, but I put all my fabric flowers in here from the basket over there that I had said that they were in, which they were. Now there's still flowers in there, but they're like paper. They're all paper flowers in packages. So all of my fabric ones I put into here. So, and then this is my enamel dots. And then this has like pearls in it. Some buttons that are on that have sticky on the back. I took my puffy stickers out. I'll be showing you that again. There's another place for those. And then I have bling in this thing too. So that has that. And then there's my paint. So I have all my paints. These are just dollar store little bins that I got, $1 each. And I put, because the paints are too long to fit, if I pushed them all the way back, I wouldn't like that. I wanted to have them as far this way as possible. So I just got these boxes from, these are mailing boxes from the post office. Free. You get those for free. So I just grabbed some extra the next time I was at the post office, and then I put them back in there, and now they just hold my paints perfect, so I'm real happy. I just got these. I swore I wasn't going to do this. These are Studio Calico Color Theory paints, and I wasn't going to get them. I had gotten some in my Studio Calico kits. I gave them away in one of my giveaway things. It was only 2 colors, and it was because I didn't want any new kind of paint. I use these other cheapy craft paints, and I just wasn't going to do it. But then I signed up for the Wilna Furstenberg. I think that's how you say her name. I love her. Scrapbooker. She uses mixed media. And she used to be with 2 Peas in a Bucket, but as you know, that went away. But so now she's doing a class through Studio Calico, and I signed up for March, and she's using these. So I did want to show you also, I have my ruler thing here on the side. So that's real easy to grab because it's right here by my work spot. And then I also have this. So I use that for like piercing when I do my, if I need to use the tiny attacher in the middle of a page, or if I'm doing brads, using brads. So I have that there. And then the next thing I'm going to show you is this thread holder that my husband made for me. So it just is hanging on that bookcase. So it is like completely out of the way, but a use of that space that would otherwise not be being used. So I just love this. So all we did was just got a piece of wood. I think it's 1 inch thick. And then just old finishing nails. Well, not old, but I mean, they're just cheap finishing nails. And then I have the threads organized by color. I just stick them on there. Plenty of room for more, which of course is good. All the neutrals at the bottom, because that's the ones I use the most. Okay, so moving over here is the bookshelf where I keep. Up top behind that picture is my pictures, my developed pictures. In that box too. That's a cute little metal basket thing that I got at a flea market that has fabric in it. This box is where I toss my finished layouts before I get them into a book. There's my big shot and a couple of dies. And then here I wanted to show you, I'm going to give a link, I hope, if I can find it, to the where I got this idea on YouTube. And this is how I'm keeping my stamps. These are actually extra. No, only need one right there. I used dividers, plastic dividers, to make these. I cut them down to size. Each divider page made 2 of these, and the link where I got this idea for storing these, she goes into great depth on how to make them and the sizes to use. It's an awesome video, so I will try my hardest to find that link. Anyway, so then just put cardstock in them, and some of them I just slipped the stamp inside. These envelopes they're Avery, and I got them from Simon Says Stamp, again, her idea. And then some of them I actually glued onto the cardstock so I could keep a bunch of different stamps in one envelope. And then I labeled them using my label maker, which on these I used the paper kind of labels in the Dymo label maker, but since then I've figured out that the best to use would be the plastic. So if you're buying labels and needing to label plastic, get the plastic Dymo labels. They're more expensive, but it's worth it because they don't start coming off like this. As you can see, it's going to come off. So I may have to go back and redo these, but so that's how I have these stored. And then I'm also doing, which this is very much a work in progress right now, all of my ephemera this way. So that's doilies, and then I have like vellum, which is some hearts and butterflies, and then I have textures, die cuts, labels. So this is for all the stuff that won't fit in my binders. So that's more labels then. Oops. Oh yeah, okay, frames. So that's a bunch of different frames. And then tags. So that's all these like different luggage tags that I used to just not have a real good home for. And then back there's envelopes, and then ephemera, which is, you know, different. Pretty much I'm trying to keep them by the package they came in. But again, it's a work in progress. Over here I'm going to do puffy stickers, so I gotta get that. But I didn't order enough of the bags. So I'm waiting for more bags to come, and then I will be able to keep going with that. So that's awesome. And these fridge bins came from Bed Bath & Beyond. And again, the video where I got this idea has all the information you need to do those. So go check it out. And then my little air freshener. And then this is just like various frames I have in there. And then here's some bling. And then here's how I keep my thickers, which isn't the greatest, but it's okay for now. My daughter put that, what do you call it, duct tape there, because she used to have her duct tape in this box. And then this is my 8.5 by 11 cardstocks. And then that's just like a bunch of books and magazines. And then here's where I have papers. So I have my papers sorted by colors. And then this is kits. So just a bunch of kits, and they're still in the bag. And like I'll put the, you know, the Scraptastic kits come with these bags. I'm trying to find one. So here's the November, and I'll put Shake It Off kit. And then this is just old lines that I still love and I don't want to get rid of, like the Maggie Holmes. I think this was her first one. Yeah, oh, love that. Still love it. Then I have, this is a pull-out shelf. This whole shelf unit, by the way, the whole book, it's like a bookshelf, came from Ikea. That sign was from my bestie. You are loved. She got me as part of my Christmas present. But anyway, so this IKEA shelf, this shelf came from Ikea, and then you could get as an extra this pull-out shelf. So I have my cameo on there. And then here's more paper. This is all my cardstock. And then here's my binders, which I have a video on. So my, you know, labels and such, and then letters and words. And I don't use the ink charts anymore, but, and then here I just slipped in stuff that I need to put in these. So I need to set aside a half hour and put those away. So, and then I have these books. These are books that I've gotten at like the Goodwill that I use for mixed media, doing art cards and stuff and art journaling. Here's my old roll of craft paper, which I still use from time to time. This is my daughter's from her art easel. And then I have this Project Life box. I don't ever do Project Life, so I haven't really hardly used that at all. It's just sitting there, which is a waste. And then I have this is a vintage typewriter that I just recently got, which I love. And I've used it a couple times already, so loving that. So that's that shelf. And there are the doors I was talking about that we haven't put on the front of the cabinet up there yet. And then the last thing here I'm going to show is where I'm keeping, I haven't fully used this to its benefit yet. This is an Ikea drawer unit thing, and like the top drawers kind of for my kids, basically not being used by me. This has my mats, so my cutting mats for my Cameo, and like this for using a razor, and my jelly plate, and then wax paper when I need it, and then refills for my baby wipes. This one, yeah, this is not being used either, so just kind of junk ephemera stuff. And then this is where I'm keeping my ink pads. This insert I got at Harbor Freight Tools, and then these just fit perfectly in here. So, because I don't have very many. So anyway, that's where I'm keeping my inks. And I think the rest, oh, here's my little, that's right, cat's eye and JMS. And then this one's empty. Oh, well, not fully empty. These are the cardboard inserts that come in the Scraptastic kits, and a lot of times I keep them. I don't know why. I always think I might use them someday. Let me back up here. So that's that. That is my room tour. And I hope you've gotten some ideas for yourself seeing what I've done. And I hope you enjoyed the tour. And hopefully I will be seeing you soon with some scrapbook layouts. And thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.